Hi, this is Saitaski from EST Academy. I'll talk in this video about multi-product break-even point. So we saw in a previous video how we can calculate the break-even point for a single product, but many companies have multiple products. So how can we know the break-even if we have many products? So let's see. Let's assume that we have a company, and here's the income statement contribution format for this company. So we have sales for the first product, 800 units to $20,000. For product number 2, 3,200 units for $80,000, and the total we have 4,000 units at $100,000 in terms of sales. And we have some information about the variable expenses for each product and the contribution margin for each product. Then we have the fixed expenses for the company as a whole. After that, we have the operating income for the company. So let's see how we can do that in a very easy method. Of course, this topic is considered some of the hardest topics for the students, but we will see how we can do that in very easy steps. Okay, first we will have our products. I will construct this table. So we have product number 1, and we have product number 2. What we will do after that we will calculate the CM per unit. So we need the CM per unit for each product separately. So if you do your calculations, that will give you 6.25 dollars for product number 1 and 12.50 for product number 2. Okay, then we need the sales mix. How we can get the sales mix? We'll go to each product and you'll see the sales units. For product number 1, the sales mix equal to 800 divided by the total units sold of 4,000, and if you do the math, that will give you 20%. So you will take the units sold for product number 1, 800, divided by the total sales for the company, and that will give you the sales mix. So we have 20% for product number 1 and 80% for product number 2. The 80% we will get it from 3,200 divided by 4,000. Now we got the sales mix. We will go and calculate the weighted CM. We can calculate the weighted CM by doing the following. We will multiply the CM per unit by the sales mix for each product. So 6.25 multiplied by 20%, and that will give us $1.25. The same thing here, 12.5 multiplied by 80%, and that will give us $10. We will add these two numbers and that will give us 11.25, and this is what we call the weighted CM. So the weighted CM, we arrive to it by multiplying the CM per unit by the sales mix for each product. Then we add up all the results that we arrived to, and that will give us the weighted CM. After that, we need the fixed expense for the company as a whole, and we know that it's 27,000. And what we need to do is to take the 27,000 and we'll divide it by the weighted CM, and that will give us the break even in units. So 27,000 divided by 11.25, that will give us 2,400 units. So the company needs to sell 2,400 units to break even. So here's the question: 2,400 units from which product, or in which percentage? From product number 1, product number 2. How we know? We can know that by doing the following. So what we will do is that we will take the 2,400 and we will multiply it by the sales mix of each product. So if we multiply it by 20% and 80%, so 2,400 multiplied by 20%, that will give you 480 units, and if you multiply it by 80, that will give us 1,920. Okay, so we need to sell 480 units from product number 1 and 1,920 units from product number 2 to break even. Okay, what if you want to know the break even in terms of selling dollars? What we need to do is that we will take the selling price of each product and multiply it by the number of units that we need to sell. So to get the selling price of product number 1, we'll take the total sales of $20,000 divided by 800 units, and that will give us selling price of $25 for product number 1, and for product number 2 it's 80,000 divided by 3,200, and it will be 25. So the same price for both products. So here, if you multiply it by the selling price of each product, that will give us the break even in terms of selling dollars. So 480 multiplied by 25, that will give us $12,000. And if you do the math here, 1,920 multiplied by 25, that will give us $48,000. This is the break even in terms of selling dollars for each product. If you need for the company as a whole, we will add up these two numbers, and that will give us $60,000. This is how you can calculate the break-even point in terms of units or in selling dollars for multi-product company. So first step, get the CM per unit. Second step, get the sales mix. Third, calculate the weighted CM. Then get the fixed expenses, and when you divide it by the weighted CM, it will give you the break-even units. If you need the break-even in terms of dollars, you need to continue and get the break-even for each product multiplied by the selling price, and that will give you the break-even dollars for each product. When you add it up, it will give you the break-even in dollar sales. I hope this video made the multi-product break-even easy. If you have any question, please contact us at EST Academy and we will be happy to help you. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.